Hey, Brass here, and thank you for joining us for another edition of Brass Reviews. And today we're going to be talking about the TV miniseries adaptation of Stephen King's It. 27 years ago in 1990, this miniseries was released. It's very significant for the story and the movie, as every 27 years Pennywise, or It, shows up and terrorizes the town of Derry and kills children. And it just so happens that 27 years later, after this film is released, there is a new film hitting the theaters this September, so I figured it would be very wise indeed to take a look back at the 1990 TV miniseries. This is Stephen King's It.
The film starts out with a little girl riding her tricycle on the sidewalk while her mother is doing laundry. The mother tells the girl she needs to get inside as a storm is coming. As the girl's bringing her trike back into the yard, she sees a doll lying on the ground. She stops to pick it up, and she hears what sounds like children's laughter followed by a goofy laugh. She catches a glimpse of a man smiling dressed as a clown through the sheets on clotheslines. She smiles back, but the smiles fade suddenly as the clown's expression is now malevolent. The clown comes toward her, and it cuts to black. The mother comes back outside to retrieve the rest of her laundry and sees the trike turned over. She walks down the steps, looking, then spots the girl and lets out a scream. While the paramedics are loading the girl's body into the ambulance, we are introduced to one of our main characters, Mike Hanlon. Mike gets into it with the police chief, as the police chief doesn't want him snooping around. Mike tells the chief something is terribly wrong in Derry, as 6 children are either now dead or missing.
Chief, there's something terribly wrong here in Derry.
After the confrontation, Mike turns around and sees a picture lying under a tree. The picture is of a child named Georgie. Later at the library, Mike writes in his journal talking about having to call the others, and he hopes he's wrong.
After this, Mike calls up all the members of the Losers Club.
First is Bill Denbrough, then Ben Hanscom, Beverly Marsh, Eddie Kaspbrak, Richie Tozier, and lastly Stanley Uris.
Throughout the calls, there's flashbacks revealing how the kids met and came together.
Ben was picked on and then attacked by bully Henry Bowers and his gang. He gets away and runs into Bill and Eddie, who are trying to build a dam. Eddie has an asthma attack, they become friends, yada yada yada. Later on, Ben, who likes Beverly, leaves a poem on her doorstep and rings the bell. Her father asks who it was and sees the paper behind her back. He tells her that he worries about her a lot, and he slaps her and she runs away.
You get right the hell back here, Bevy!
You okay?
Ben ends up confronting her, and they go down to the Barrens and meet up with Bill and Eddie. Richie and Stan show up, and they all together help build the dam. And this is where we get the feel-good montage where the kids are all working together and some hip old jam is going on in the background. You know, good times. They finish the dam and stand there. And then we meet a young Mike who is being picked on and chased by none other than Henry Bowers and his gang. He runs upon the kids, and they help him out by defeating Bowers and his gang via a sick-ass rock fight, making the Losers Club complete with 7.
The kids all have some individual experiences with It and Pennywise the Clown.
Ben sees his dead father holding balloons, who turns into Pennywise. Then he sees a skeleton. Beverly gets the exploding balloon of blood in her bathroom sink. Eddie encounters Pennywise in the showers after PE. Richie sees a teenage wolf in the basement of the school that turns into Pennywise.
Beep, beep, Richie!
And all the children together see Pennywise appear in a photo, and he kind of lunges at him.
After all that, the kids decide they need to go back into the sewers and hunt It and kill It for killing all the other children, including Georgie, and tormenting them. As a little bit of a payback, they'd like to get rid of this thing. They go into the sewers and are followed by Bowers and his gang. 2 of his gang members are actually killed by It, and Bowers himself is shocked, pretty much tranced in the deadlights. His hair turns white, pretty much goes crazy.
The kids huddle up, and then they come face to face with Pennywise. Pennywise grabs Stan, and Eddie sprays his asthma medicine into Pennywise's face, calling it battery acid. It melts the side of Pennywise's face, and then Beverly, using a slingshot, hits Pennywise in the head, revealing a light. She goes to hit him again, but he jumps and goes down the drain. Bill grabs a hold of his hand, trying to pull him back out. All the others join in, but his hand turns into a monstrous thing and goes all the way down. The kids then make a promise to come back if it ever starts again.
I swear.
And after Stan gets his call, he kills himself in the bathtub, and that ends the first part of the series.
The second part of the miniseries starts with the adults heading back to Derry, and they all have encounters with Pennywise along the way.
Bill spots Pennywise digging graves.
Take your pick. Billy boy.
A blood balloon pops on Richie, and he sees Pennywise. Ben sees Pennywise on the side of the road holding balloons. Eddie encounters an evil Mr. Keene.
Get out of Derry while you still can.
Beverly encounters an evil old woman who ends up turning into her dead father.
Drink it while it's nice and hot.
I worry about you, Bevy. I worry a lot.
They all meet at a restaurant and have some laughs. Then they go to eat the fortune cookies, which turns into some weird creatures. One's an eyeball. There's some weird stuff in there. After that, back at the hotel, Mike is stabbed by Henry Bowers. They go back to the sewers to finish this off once and for all. It's revealed that it now takes the form of a giant spider. Bev takes a shot at the spider and misses. The spider rises, revealing the deadlights on its belly. Bill stares into them, followed by Ben and Richie. Bev shoots another at the deadlights and hits it dead on. The result is a weird fire show on the belly of the spider. The spider tries to get away, but they aren't having it, and gets straight medieval on his ass, ripping out his heart and everything. Bill finds his wife, and they leave. Then Mike writes in his journal. Richie is working on a movie. Ben and Beverly got together, and Bill takes his wife on a death ride to try to get her to snap out of it. It works, and they kiss in the middle of blocked traffic caused by them.
The end. Personally, I think this miniseries is great. Tim Curry's performance is brilliant. He fucking shines on this. Tim Curry is the man. First part of the movie is actually my favorite, going through the children's story. The children have a lot more flow than the adult actors have. Actually, I much prefer the children actors compared to the fucking adult actors in this movie. If you've not seen this, I can't recommend it enough. It's awesome. It's definitely worth checking out. Hey, did you see it? Let us know. Let us know what you thought about it. Let us know about this video. What do you think? Am I a fucking idiot? And around we go. I'm Brass. You're you. We'll see you.